Welcome back to JF Coin, the ultimate home for rare American coins, hidden numismatic gems, and the most shocking coin values you won't believe are sitting right in your pocket change. Today, we're diving deeper than ever, into one of the most fascinating coins in modern American history. It's not gold. It's not silver. It's a humble little penny, but not just any penny. That I'm talking about the 1982 Lincoln penny, a coin that could be worth up to $585,346 today. Yes, you heard that right. Over $500,000 for a copper-colored coin you might have tossed into a jar without a second thought. So grab your coin jars, open your drawers, check your wallets, because after watching this video, you might realize you're holding a small fortune. To understand why the 1982 Lincoln cent is so valuable, we need to go back in time. The Lincoln cent first appeared in 1909, honoring President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person and quickly became a favorite among collectors. Fast forward to 1982, a year of massive change in American coin production. Due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint made a historic decision. They stopped making pennies from 95% copper and switched to a cheaper material, 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating. But here's where it gets exciting. The transition didn't happen overnight. In fact, both copper and zinc pennies were made in 1982, and not just that, they were made in 7 different varieties. That's right, 7. Each with subtle differences, including weight, mint marks, and style of the date. This makes 1982 one of the most complicated, and most profitable, years in the history of the Lincoln cent. The 7 types of 1982 Lincoln cents include 1982 large date, copper 1982 small date, copper 1982 large date, zinc 1982 small date, zinc 1982 D large date, copper 1982 D large date, zinc 1982 D small date, zinc. Now here's the kicker. Collectors and experts were shocked when an 8th variety emerged, the 1982 D small date copper penny, a coin that theoretically shouldn't exist, yet a few authentic specimens have surfaced. Only 1 or 2 of these coins have been verified, and that's why one sold at auction for $18,000, and some experts believe its value has soared past $500,000 as of this year. Why? Because it's one of the rarest and most controversial modern pennies ever minted. So how can you tell if your 1982 penny is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars? Copper pennies weigh 3.11 grams, zinc pennies weigh 2.5 grams. Use a precise digital scale. A difference of just 0.6 grams can mean the difference between 1 cent and $500,000. The small date has thinner, more delicate numbers, especially the 2. The large date appears bolder and thicker. A coin with the D mint mark from Denver plus small date plus copper weight, that's the unicorn. That's the jackpot. That's the one worth a fortune. Even if you don't find the rarest type, many of the other 1982 cents are still worth money in high grades. A 1982 D large date copper penny in MS 69 red sold for $10,800 at auction. A 1982 small date copper penny in MS 67 red fetched $4,500. A 1982 zinc penny in pristine condition was sold for over $2,000. And the legendary 1982 D small date copper, if confirmed, is now estimated at over $585,346 based on current private market interest. The coin market in 2025 is booming. Rare varieties and high-grade examples are commanding insane premiums. Collectors, investors, and even big auction houses are hunting down these coins like buried treasure. The 1982 penny is special not just because of its transition metal composition, but because it's a symbol of a turning point in American minting history. It represents the end of the copper era and the beginning of zinc dominance, but even more, it's a collector's dream because it forces you to pay attention. You have to weigh it, examine it, research it. There's no shortcut. And when you find that rare variety, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding history, mystery, and serious money. Want to find one of these coins? search penny rolls from the bank, visit estate sales or yard sales, check your old change jars, ask relatives with old coin jars from the 70s, 80s, and always use a digital scale and magnifying glass. Trust me, these pennies are still out there. People throw them away or spend them without knowing. But you, the viewer of JF Coin, now have the knowledge most don't. If you found this video fascinating, if you love discovering hidden treasures in your pocket change, then make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to JF Coin, and turn on the bell so you never miss another video about coins that could change your life. Comment below if you've ever found a 1982 penny and what type it was. Maybe you are the next one to find the $500,000 Lincoln cent. Until next time, keep hunting, keep collecting, and remember, one penny can change everything. This is JF Coin. Welcome back to JF Coin, your go-to place for rare finds, big value discoveries, and untold stories behind the coins you carry in your pocket every day. Today, we're diving into a penny that could blow your mind. Yes, I'm talking about a Lincoln cent, but not just any. This is the 1994 Lincoln penny, a coin that looks ordinary, but might just be hiding an extraordinary secret worth over $585,000. Don't blink, because this tiny copper piece might just be your golden ticket. Let's rewind a bit. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909, in honor of Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, and since then, it's become one of the most collected coins in American history. Now, fast forward to 1994. The Denver Mint, marked with a tiny D under the date, produced billions of pennies that year. But here's the twist. Not all of them were created equal. Some of those 1994 Lincoln cents were struck with minting errors so rare, they transformed this everyday coin into a jaw-dropping collector's dream. And even without an error, a well-preserved, high-grade 1994 penny can be worth a small fortune today. So, how can a coin that once bought a piece of bubble gum now be worth nearly $600,000? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, condition, and collector demand. First, mint errors. Some 1994 Lincoln pennies were struck on the wrong planchet, double die obverse, or have off-center strikes. These kinds of flaws are extremely rare, and when paired with an untouched or uncirculated coin, the value multiplies. Second, high grading. Professional coin grading services like PCGS or NGC can assign a grade of MS67 or higher, which indicates a near-perfect coin. Recently, one such high-grade 1994 penny sold for a staggering $585,345 at auction. Why? Because serious collectors are always chasing perfection, and they're willing to pay the price. The coin market is hotter than ever, and Lincoln cents, especially those with mint marks and errors, are at the center of it all. With inflation rising and more people turning to collectibles as investments, demand for rare U.S. coins has skyrocketed. Dealers, collectors, and investors are paying top dollar, especially for coins with unique features and high grades. The 1994 penny has become a legend among collectors. Why? Because it hides in plain sight. It could be sitting in your coin jar right now, unnoticed. You might have already spent one worth hundreds of thousands without ever knowing. At auctions, the bidding wars are fierce. One collector in 2024 reportedly paid $585,345 for a pristine, red-tone 1994 Lincoln cent graded MS68RD, a jaw-dropping price that sent shockwaves through the numismatic world. And experts believe this isn't the end. The value could climb even higher in coming years. Now you might be asking, do I have one of these in my collection? Let me walk you through what to look for. First, check the mint mark. Make sure it's a 1994 D. The D for Denver is crucial. Next, look for mint errors. Use a magnifier or loupe to spot doubling on letters, numbers, or Lincoln's face. Third, inspect for planchet errors, wrong metal compositions, off-center strikes, or clipping. Fourth, assess the overall condition. If it's still red in color, hasn't been cleaned, and shows no scratches, it could be HIG. Welcome back to JF Coin, the ultimate treasure chest for rare and valuable coins from the United States and around the world. If you're a coin lover, collector, or just someone who loves fascinating stories hidden in your pocket change, then you're in the right place. Today's video will absolutely blow your mind. We're diving deep into a coin that might seem ordinary at first glance, the 2012 Lincoln penny, but trust me, this small copper beauty could be hiding a secret worth a life-changing amount of money, up to $585,344. Yes, you heard that right, so buckle up, grab your magnifying glass, and stick around until the very end because you won't want to miss the incredible facts, little-known errors, and real auction prices that are going to take you by surprise. The Lincoln penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, a bold move at the time. Over the years, the Lincoln cent has seen many design changes, especially on the reverse side. But through it all, Lincoln's solemn profile has remained a powerful symbol of American history and freedom. Fast forward to 2012, and the penny had already transitioned to its newer design, the Union Shield reverse, representing Lincoln's preservation of the United States during the Civil War. It's a small coin, yet it carries the weight of history in your hands. Money bag, 2012 Lincoln penny, a common coin with uncommon value. Studio microphone voiceover with intrigue. At first glance, the 2012 Lincoln penny doesn't look all that special. It was minted in the billions. Yes, over 5.6 billion coins were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. But here's where things get exciting. Out of all those coins, a tiny handful have been found with extraordinary features, mint errors, unique conditions, and mysterious traits that skyrocket their value beyond imagination. Collectors across the US and around the world are scrambling to find the rarest examples of the 2012 Lincoln cent, and one in particular sold at auction for an astonishing $585,344. But how could a simple 1-cent coin turn into a $500,000 treasure? Let's break down what makes some 2012 pennies ultra-valuable. Here are the most sought-after varieties and errors. This is when the coin design is doubled during the minting process. Look closely at the date 2012 or the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." Doubling can be worth hundreds to thousands of dollars depending on clarity. If these are raised lines or blobs on the coin caused by damage to the die. Collectors love these, and they can bring in $50 to several $100s each. If your 2012 penny is in pristine, untouched condition, called mint state, then congratulations. A certified MS-68 penny can be worth thousands. And that jaw-dropping $585,344 penny? It was a near-perfect specimen with unique characteristics verified by expert grading services. Transitional errors. Coins accidentally struck on older planchets, like copper instead of zinc, can explode in value. A 2012 penny mistakenly struck on a 95% copper planchet can be worth tens of thousands alone. The coin market in 2025 is on fire. Collectors are waking up to the hidden value in modern pennies, especially from the 2010s. The 2012 Lincoln penny is gaining rapid attention due to recent auction activity. Just this year, collectors and grading companies have confirmed record-breaking prices. A top-grade 2012 D penny recently sold for $5,200, and that legendary specimen we mentioned earlier, graded MS-69 red, went for a staggering $585,344 at auction, and that's not a fluke. The demand for rare modern coins is growing fast. Young collectors, online sellers, and investors are hunting coins just like this one. That's why right now is the perfect time to check your jars, drawers, wallets, and old collections. Want to know if your 2012 penny could be worth thousands? Use a good magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Check for signs of doubling, off-centering, or strange shapes. Look at the coin's color. A full red luster is more valuable, compared to known errors online or in coin catalogs. Get your coin graded by PCGS or NGC if you suspect it's rare or high-grade. Even if your penny isn't worth six figures, some error pennies can still bring in $100, $500, or even $1,000. not bad for something you found in your change. So, is there a $585,344 penny sitting quietly in your pocket right now? There might be. That's why you need to subscribe right now to JF Coin, because we bring you the latest updates, market trends, coin news, and secrets that can turn your spare change into serious cash. Hit that like button if you learned something new. Comment below if you found a 2012 penny, we'd love to help you figure out if it's rare. And share this video with fellow collectors. Let's build the biggest, smartest coin family on YouTube. Thanks for watching.